Welcome to our Catholic Kitchen. I'm Jennifer and this is Kate, and every month we like to try out new to us recipes from a different Catholic cookbook.
So this month's cookbook was recommended to us by a viewer, and it is an interesting vintage cookbook called The Cook's Blessings, originally from 1965.
So this book is so interesting. If you want a peek into what a Catholic kitchen might have been like in the 1950s and 60s, here you go.
So we're going to be making 3 recipes from this book, and the first one is the Monsignor's noodles with clam sauce. And yes, that one does have a whole story behind it.
And to go with that, we're making the marinated tomato slices.
And then for dessert, we're going to be trying the special strawberry shortcake. That's one of our favorite desserts, so we're always excited to try a new recipe for it.
Okay, so first we just want to say The Cook's Blessing by Demetria Taylor. This is an amazing cookbook. It has hundreds of recipes in it, all related back somehow to the Catholic Church. It has recipes in it for saints' feast days. It has all kinds of liturgical yore cooking ideas.
It has meals for holidays and birthdays, and even a full section on recipes for feeding large crowds.
Okay, so for instance, here is one of the suggested menus. This one is a suggested menu for the 4th of July, a 4th of July dinner. Chilled tomato juice, salmon steaks, poached or broiled, early garden peas, creamed new potatoes with chives, sweet gherkins, black olives, tossed salad, special strawberry shortcake, iced coffee or tea.
And then another example, we have one for a dinner for spring, summer, or early fall.
Suggested recipes.
Yes. So this one is cream of leek soup, chicken pot pie, orange and Spanish onion salad, raspberry gelatin, and plain cream. That sounds delicious.
That's very interesting. Okay, gherkin. I want to know about gherkins. So you might have noticed that raspberry gelatin was on that menu that Kate just read, and I'm just going to say there's a whole lot of gelatin going on in this book, either served plain or made into some type of mold.
And we did consider trying a relish mold just to see, are we missing out on this mold trend? We don't do it anymore.
Yeah, like why don't we make molds anymore? We should try it, right? Right, okay, but as I'm standing in the grocery store looking at the ingredients list, I'm just gonna say I can't fathom how you could put together unflavored gelatin, almost a cup of sugar, along with dry mustard and 3 eggs, and then cider vinegar and cucumber and
green pepper.
How is that all going to...
How could that taste good?
How could that taste good? And I just said, I can't. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Kate. I just couldn't.
We had a rough month with different recipes last time, so we were just like, no iffy recipes. We're not even trying it. So now moving on into the cooking, we are starting with the marinated tomato slices. And for that, you need your tomatoes, you need pepper, oregano, celery salt. You also need fresh chives, but we don't have chives, so we're going to be using some minced onion as a substitute for it. We also need cider vinegar, vegetable oil, but we're going to be using olive oil.
That's a vegetable, right?
Yeah, close enough.
Right, yeah.
And then also sugar.
And it just said cider vinegar, so I'm thinking that's apple cider vinegar.
We don't have anything else.
We don't have it.
Well,
we have plain vinegar. Maybe we should look that up before we just start our marinade.
So we started by first slicing the tomatoes. Then in a bowl did the cider vinegar and the olive oil, the pepper, sugar, you have the celery salt, oregano, and then the garlic. Mix that up and then just drizzle it over the tomatoes.
Now we're moving on to the special strawberry shortcake, and this recipe does call for biscuit mix. I just happened to see biscuit mix on sale at the grocery store, so I grabbed some. Prior to that, I was fully prepared to make our own homemade Bisquick, which is super easy to do, and I'll link a recipe down below for you.
So besides the biscuit mix, you also, of course, need strawberries. You need sugar, butter, margarine, eggs, and cream. So we measured out the biscuit mix and added the sugar and the margarine, and then cut that in with a pastry cutter. Then added in the heavy cream and the egg and mixed that up. And then we just rolled out the dough and used a glass to cut the shapes, and then just stuck those in the oven.
And then we're finishing up with the recipe for Monsignor's noodles and clam sauce. One of our boys here loves seafood, loves any type of pasta with clams or seafood. So when we saw that recipe, we knew that we were going to make it.
And there's a whole section of this book called By Special Request, where the author put in different recipes that came in from monasteries and missions all over the world, including the Vatican. So this recipe comes from Hong Kong. Father John Romaniello was serving in the missions there at the time when millions of refugees were coming into the city from communist China.
So he had the huge task of housing and feeding all of these refugees, and he was having a really hard time feeding them all until he had the idea of taking donated food items from America through Catholic Relief Services and turning those into noodles, because in that area of the world, noodles are a staple of the diet.
So he ended up building a bunch of noodle factories, and he would give away over 200,000 bags of noodles to these refugees every month. And he became known and beloved as the noodle priest of Hong Kong.
That is just so awesome. Yeah. Remember Mr. Noodle from Elmo? Hey, yeah, not the same. Okay. All right, so this book is just full of wonderful stories and anecdotes like that. It was a delight to read through, and I just wish a Catholic publisher would track it down and reprint it.
So to make the dish though, you need your noodles, you need clams, you need basil, butter, garlic, salt and pepper, flour, and then white wine, or if you don't want to use the wine, you can also use the clam juice. So to make the sauce, we melted the butter and the garlic together in a pan, and then added the flour. Let that cook, then added the clam juice or the wine, and then the clam meat. Then added the salt and a little too much pepper, but oh well. And then we let that cook down and then added it to the noodles.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and try the noodles with clam sauce. It's not the traditional type of clam sauce we're used to, made with lemon juice.
But we're keeping an open mind about it. We kind of put in too much pepper, as you saw. So
it was me, I admit it, I was the one. I misread the recipe. We'll see. We're keeping an open mind for sure. Here's to you, Monsignor Romaniello.
It's good, but it's just missing a layer of flavor somehow.
I think maybe it needs more salt. I don't know. We didn't put the parsley in, so maybe that was the problem, but we just added some more salt, so we'll see.
That's better.
That's better, but you know, if I were starving as a refugee coming from communist China, I would love this. Mm-hmm. Right. But I'm not. So it's good, but I don't know if we would make it again.
No, probably not.
We're going to try adding some lemon juice a little bit, see if that brightens it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was, maybe they didn't have lemons readily available in Hong Kong. I don't know, but if you try this at home, add a little lemon juice.
Yep, I'll do it. Mm-hmm. So now we're going to try the tomatoes.
Marinated tomatoes. They've been going for about an hour, so it's possible that it would taste better if
it was longer,
maybe overnight, but we're going to just try it
anyway.
Okay. Very good. Fresh garden tomatoes. Not from our garden, from someone's garden.
From the grocery store garden.
It's good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Very good.
Very refreshing.
It's very refreshing. Again, I think it would be better like even overnight. But yeah, very, very good. That's a keeper recipe.
That's nice for 4th of July or something.
Right. If you need an easy dish to take to a 4th of July picnic, this could be it. Slice and pour, refrigerate, you're done. We're going to build our strawberry shortcakes here. We had a lot more than just 6. I don't know if we rolled them out too flat.
I don't know, we were supposed to cut them in half to make the shortcake, but they're kind of thin, so we're just gonna stack them. And we have the extra anyway.
We have the extra. And then we are just using Ready Whip. We need to use this. It's leftover from a birthday, and we just need to use it. So that's, otherwise we would have whipped up that cream leftover. But okay, we're using what we have. Okay, so I'm going to do a layer of. This would be fun for kids.
It would.
Okay, and now let's put some strawberries. The other thing was that the recipe said cook these at 450, the biscuits, for 12 to 20 minutes. But
our oven runs high, but that's still a very long time at 450.
Right, we checked ours at 8 minutes and they were done. So be aware of that. And then, why not? That's really like a dessert for 2, but it's fine. I think I can handle it. Oh well, okay. So I'm curious about the biscuits.
It's a little messy. I wouldn't say it's life-changing, but it is good.
It is good. I think the biscuits are a little bit dry. Even though we rescued them from the oven. I think that we have other recipes that we like better for strawberry shortcake, but in 1965, this might have been all the thing, all the rage. So there you go.
We'll still eat it, don't worry.
We'll still eat it. Okay, so that was Cooking with the Cook's Blessing, a super fun book. You can see we have so many of the recipes and stories marked because this one just has so much to offer.
So I think we're agreed on our favorite recipe with the tomatoes, actually.
Yes, surprisingly.
So just very good.
Yeah, the tomatoes knocked it out of the park for sure. The olive oil, and then there were
spices and
the chill. It was just delicious for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so
all right. So that was our Catholic cooking for the month of June. Let us know down in the comments if you have another cookbook to recommend to us that we should try.
Yeah, we definitely love to hear from you, our viewers. So help us out. Give us another title to look for.
So we hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.